Greetings to another video. Today's video is going to be all about comfort on Zwift or on the turbo, because I think a lot of us are spending a lot more time indoors training. So first one is going to be get a riser. So basically a riser lifts your front wheel slightly, so it is more realistic, because depending on what turbo training you've got, it can kind of slope down if you've not got the riser. Most brands and brands who make the turbo make a riser specifically for that turbo. However, if you're a bit cheap like me, I just basically use a book just to prop the front end, because if it's a little bit too low down, you're going to get numbness in your hands. So just make sure that the front end is lifted up slightly. The second thing is shorts and saddle. If your shorts and saddle aren't comfortable on the road, they're definitely not going to be on Zwift. So you want to make sure that you are fully comfortable, and that's going to be different for everybody. For me personally, I really like the Bontrager saddles, and I wear either MAP or Rafa shorts. They're just the ones that I find the most comfortable. You also want to make sure that you are getting in and out of the saddle, because when you're in the real world on the roads, you're going to be stopping at lights, you're going to be freewheeling more, you're going to be there's going to be a lot more movement on the bike, whereas when you're on the turbo, you are pretty much static. So make sure every few minutes you are just getting up and out of the saddle, just to let blood flow, just to use different muscles, and yeah, just relieve some pressure. So the next one is Shammy Cream, and actually outside I would never actually use Shammy Cream if it's really hot. And the reason for that is when it's really hot and sweaty, that's when skin breakdown can occur. And so when you're on the turbo and you're hot and you're sweating, you've not got as much airflow, the same thing can happen. So I use a brand called Slipstream, and yeah, that's just my favourite one to use, because it's made with, like, I think the main ingredient is aloe vera, and that actually you can use like before you ride, and actually is like a post-ride balm. I am actually sponsored by them, but it is the best one that I've ever used, so I'll leave a link to that below if you are interested. Next one, kind of leading on from that, is to do with airflow. You want to get a really good fan. You can get so many different ones. It doesn't necessarily have to be a really expensive one. You just want to make sure you've got as much airflow as possible. Also, make sure that you've got all the windows open. If you're in a garage, keep the door wide open, get as much airflow, because again, the sweatier you are, the more uncomfortable you're going to be. For one, your heart rate will be higher, and two, skin breakdown again on the saddle. So yeah, get as much airflow in and around you as you possibly can. And the last one is stretching and foam rolling. Because you are in a much more static position, and generally if you're on Zwift and you're racing or you're just pushing a lot harder, you've not got as much time to like freewheel. So it's a much more intense workout, which means it's a lot more taxing on your body. So I know for me, I have to up the stretching and the foam rolling. And if you don't do any of this, you need to start doing it. It's gonna make so much difference. So when I did Festive 500, I did a lot of it on Zwift. And a couple of those rides I did about 100k, which is about 3 hours on Zwift, 3 and a bit hours. And I had to, like, part way through, I had to force myself to get off and do some stretches, because it is just a lot more taxing on your body. So I've got a video, I'll leave a link to it actually, the best stretches and foam rolling stuff for cyclists that I've found anyway. So I'll leave a link to that as well. So yeah, maybe look at taking up some yoga, some just different stretches. There's loads of free stuff on YouTube as well, but like I say, I'll leave my video below. But honestly, that will make so much difference. It really, really helped me. So yeah, we've just got to, and I'm quite lazy for it. One trick that I do is my like yoga mat is literally at the side of my turbo. So when I actually get off the bike, I'm literally stood on it. So it forces me to stretch. I'm like, no, I should stretch. I even have set myself like a bit of a New Year's resolution to stretch for at least 5 minutes a day, and it's not a lot. So don't set out saying you're going to do like 20 minutes every day. I literally set myself, I have to do it for the length of 2 songs. So I just put 2 songs on that I like, and I just stretch for that amount. So yeah, that's another tip as well. So if you've got any other tips, leave them in the comments. But yeah, I will be doing a live stream. I might do a Zwift live stream race, maybe this week, maybe next week. A little plug as well. The first Tuesday of every month, it was actually yesterday now, so first Tuesday of every month I do a women's social ride at 5 p.m. UK time, and then at 7 p.m. I do a sub-hour up the Zwift, so I pace it up. So if you are wanting to get under an hour on the Alp, on Zwift, then come and join the ride. Right, okay, I will see you. I'm gonna get back to Zwift now, and I will see you next video. Oh God, forgot I've got the heater on. Oh, pop that off. Jesus.